Hello. So today is a video of me picking my Yale Superior, also known as a Millenco Magnum, and gutting it. Uh, Coming back and reshooting this opening because um, I really didn't say anything during the picking video. So I wanted to give you a chance to take a look at it. It is a 9-pin dimple lock. It's got one what Yale calls security pin, which we'll see is really not, and one anti-bump pin. The anti-bump pin is more of a security pin than the actual security pin, but you'll see that as we pick it. The big challenge with this guy not having security pins is just tension. It's very hard to keep this under the correct tension. It's very easy to overset things. But once you get the rhythm down, it's actually not so bad to pick. It's a lot of fun. But anyway, let's take a look. All right, here we go. Yeah, big time overset there. Let's try that again. Picking in kind of a weird angle tonight. It's making my shoulder hurt. Alright, I don't feel anything springy. And that's a pretty good false set. So let's see if we can get some finger pins. Struggling with these pin fingers today. It's completely impossible today, and I should just give up. Maybe it's something still bound up. Don't feel anything springy. Has to be those finger pins. I think I got that number 4 now. There we go. Oh, it's just a case of not being able to reach that number 4 finger. Whew. That isn't open. Lock it back up. Move those tools. Where'd I put the key? There's the key. Here's the key. You can see why it's so easy to overset. You've got the number 9 pin back here that you can't even see the cut for. Practically a 0, and then in front of it are 2 that are like maybe what we'd call a 2 or 3. And then, you know, you got a number 1 that's all the way down and a number 2 that you can barely touch. Makes it pretty difficult. Deep ones back here. And that laser track for the finger pins. It's very hard to hit that 4th pin. But I did it in frame this time. I feel so good. The key does work. Let's get this out of here. I can't use my normal pinning tray because this guy's got 9 pins and my pinning tray is 7. So try to get this somewhere where you guys can see it. That'll do. Got that. Got those. Got this guy right here. clip off. Now for the fun part. Alright. That's what I forgot to get. Got a little box here that I'm going to put the sidebar and springs in because my desk is a mess and I don't want to lose them. So let's start with that sidebar. With the key in, it pops out pretty easy. Sidebar on these guys is just a flat piece of metal. No teeth in it or anything. All the bitting is done on the pins. So there's the sidebar. And these sidebar springs are ludicrous. Check that out. Don't lose those. There's the other one. They were both in there, I promise. And I'm not sponsored by Coca-Cola, but I just realized that my beverage of choice was sitting there hanging out. All right. So that's the sidebar and springs. With the key in, we're going to pull the key pins. Try to keep them in the correct order because I don't want to deal with that right now. All right. All 9 key pins. You can see they're all standards. A little ridge just to keep them from falling into the plug too far. Let's get onto these. Get onto these guys. You can see the gate is intact. Putting a false gate on here would make these substantially harder. But as you can see, there is no false gate. And all the bitting is done on the finger pins. And the springs are down in there. I'm not going to pull them out because they're bare to get back in. I don't know if you can see them or not. But you saw they sprung up. The springs are in there. Set the plug aside. Let's go with the Bible. It's the Bible. It's the book for me. You guys didn't know I actually teach the Bible to middle school students. So I get those corny Sunday school songs stuck in my head. This is the anti-bump pin. As you can see, it looks more like a security pin than a standard pin. Just kind of a reversed barrel. Number 2 is standard. And I'll give you guys a good shot of these once they're out. Standard. 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 Some security pins would have been nice. Standard. Tired of hearing that yet? Tired of saying it. Standard. And this is our wonderful security pin. I don't know if we can get that in focus really well. You see, it's just a reduced end. It's not. There's nothing to it. It's just a reduced end. That anti-bump pin was more of a security pin than this one. And springs. Took one out already. There's 7 more. Had all the springs in it. Let's get this all lined up for the money shot. There's no countermilling or any kind of security in the plug or the Bible. It will knock out the anti-drill pin for you too, which I don't think is steel. I don't have a magnet to test, but I think it's just there for looks. So, alright, there you have it. Sorry I can't give you your 24 minutes back. But if you're like most people, you watch them in 10-second chunks anyway. So there you go, Yale Superior, aka the Millenco Magnum.